In this video, we're going to cover lesson 3 of superior communication skills. This series is designed to make you a better communicator. Communication, remember, is what people seem to complain about the most in a marriage, in a business partnership, at work. There's communication breakdowns. So hence this series, all right? I just want to help you here. And in our last couple of videos, in one, we set the context. Lesson 2, we talked about de-escalating stuff immediately. And if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch lesson 2. And we talked about listening to de-escalate things, and we talked about talking to de-escalate things, right? Receiving or giving. In this video, we're going to spend some time starting the conversation around listening. How to become a better listener. Look, you can listen pretty well. Good job. But it's in high stakes, stressful situations where your listening chops go out the window and you actually go into the back part of your brain and you act like a moron sometimes. And your listening goes to like a remedial 3rd grade or 3-year-old level. So you've got to get better. All of us have to get better in stressful, high stakes situations. All right. Okay. That's why you're here, right? Okay. In chapter 11 of my book, I talk about LUFU, and this is chapter 11 here, how to listen during and after conflict. So if you haven't gotten my book, please go grab that. You don't need that book for this series. Don't worry about it. If you don't want to buy the book, I understand. But I think it's a great practical guide on how to communicate better, okay, especially under stress. These are the 8 steps of LUFU. And LUFU, remember, stands for listen until the other person feels understood. LUFU. LUFU is just an easy acronym way to remember this. And so we're going to start with these first 2, presence and curiosity. Okay? Okay, presence, if you noticed the graph there, if you notice the little line, the arrow, presence goes through all 8 steps. And the reason presence is so important is the more present you are, the more you're able to listen with all of your faculties, right? You can listen with your nose, your ears, your mouth, your eyes, your face, your body, your senses, your feelings, and your felt sense, and the vibe and the energy between you and the other person. The best listeners are listeners who are able to be and stay. Now, present is a continuum. I teach this in our coaching training. Presence is a continuum. I can look present. I can look at you and just nod my head and it looks like I'm present. But I can also be thinking about something else while I'm listening to you. I can be waiting my turn. I can be doing all kinds of things, even though it looks like I'm there. Okay? I can physically be there. I can look in your eyes even. But if I'm stressed, my listening skills are going to be compromised. And so you could be able to, if sensitive people can kind of feel if the other person's actually there. So all of the steps after step 0, which is presence, are designed to get you more present. Remember, when we get stressed, we go from the front part of our brain to the back part of our brain. Just like I drew in the book, there's a picture of a person here. Right? And this is the person's head, let's say, their ear, their eye, and something like this, right? A little hairdo. As you get stressed, you go from your prefrontal cortex here, and your thinking center goes out the window, and you're in what I call the back seat. And when you're in the back seat, you're more in the limbic animal brain, or even if you get really triggered, you're down in the brainstem. And it's extremely hard to be present, and it's extremely hard to listen to someone effectively. So your job, like the whole process of getting more present and listening, is to go from the back seat to the front seat and become a better listener, and to become a more present listener who can actually behave in a way that has the other person feel understood. Okay? So presence is difficult to cultivate if you're used to checking out and dissociating and thinking all the time about your life and about looking at your phone and looking at all the things that are way more interesting than this annoying person in front of you. So it makes it hard, all right? The best parents are present parents. The best bosses are present bosses. The more present you are, the better. A great tool to practice presence is meditation. Any kind of mindfulness training where you follow your breath and you pay attention to your inner life and your experience, it's only going to help you become a better listener. So I recommend to all my students, go meditate. Start meditating and meditate the rest of your life, because you have the ability to be with your pissed offness, your activation, your anger, your fear, your resentment, and not like lash out from that place. We want to develop a bit of a witness under stress. So presence is going to do that for you, right? I'm just talking about the first 2 steps of Lufu, and then in the next video, we'll go on to more steps. The second most important step besides presence is curiosity. Curiosity. The more curious you can be as a listener, the better it's going to go, and people feel your intention to understand them. So curious people ask questions, right? They say, wait, I don't understand. Are you saying this or are you saying that? Or can you say a little more about how I was wrong and why I did that thing? Like, in your opinion, in your experience, tell me more. Like, I really want to understand. So curious people are the best learners in life. And if you're upset with another person, your job is to learn about them, because that's going to help them feel understood, and it's going to help you make different moves that lead to better results for both of you. If you're not curious, you're on lockdown about your opinion, and you've moved into right and wrong, always and never. Okay, you're in that black and white thinking, and that's going to get you the same results you've been getting. So I don't recommend that, right? So we're just going to remind you, to be present and to be curious. Presence, remember, is step 0, basically. Presence, or present, be present. Step 1 is curiosity. These are essential listening skills in the Lufu process. Remember, presence goes throughout all the other steps. In the next video, we'll talk about steps 2, 3, etc. Be present, get present, learn how to get more present, and bring your curiosity. That will make you an effective listener. Okay, stay tuned for the next video, lesson 4, where we start to go into reflective listening and active listening. And subscribe to this channel, share this with a friend, try to get that person that's maybe a little bit annoying, or a friend of yours that could be a better listener also. Get them to watch this video series. All right, see you in the next video.